Good morning, people. I want to talk about a subject that is pretty dear to me because I know this issue is still ongoing. I was a troubled teen. When I say troubled teen, I wasn't getting into a lot of trouble, but I was doing things. I just wasn't getting caught. Thank God. Things that I'm not proud of. But I just want to talk to the audience, to my subscribers this morning about troubled teens and things that they can do in order to help these kids out. Because I had a lot of help. Fortunately, I had people to I could go to and talk to, and I know, especially in the black community, in the minority community, there are still kids out there who grew up a certain type of way, grew up like I did, and you don't have anybody to talk to, you don't know what to do, and so this is for either the kid that's watching this, or the kid that's going through those issues, or a young adult, or either the parent or uncle or cousin or somebody who wants to help that kid. And I'm probably one of the best people to talk to about this because my situation could have been a whole lot worse than what it was. So yeah, first thing I want to say is that encouraging words to a kid goes a long way. From whoever. It can come from another kid. It can come from a parent. It can come from a grandparent, uncle, aunt, whatever. But those words really do matter. And as you can see, I have on the screen here, Job Corps and a New Beginning. And basically, that's where my whole beginning started. That's where it literally started. Job Corps was the thing that really put me on the path to do better, things in life. Now, if you want to backtrack a little bit further, at 13 years old, my aunt sent for me to come visit her in New York City, and that was probably the one thing that started me on the path. But Job Corps was the actual thing that I could see actual results. So, and I want to tell whoever is watching this that whatever you've heard about Job Corps, put that aside. But I'll say that some of those things are real. If the child has never been away from home, it could be a bit scary. I wasn't the type to be scared about things like that because, like I said, when I was 13, I left home for the first time and went and stayed in New York for 2 months. But if you've never left home, you never left your town, like some people I did meet. It's a scary thing to be around these different people, different kids, different young adults, because it ranges from age 16 to age 24. I think you can be 24. But I just want to say that it's not hard to get started. First of all, you want to encourage the kid to think about his or her future. Think about what they want to do, and if they don't have a plan, if they don't have anything planned out, just pick a trade. And I was a high school dropout, but Job Corps is not only for high school dropouts. You can have a diploma and still go to Job Corps. It'd be even better if you do. But for those who didn't make it through high school, it's, I would say, one of the best things you could look into is Job Corps. And so, after the kid or whatever you're talking to, it makes that decision, I would say, get started by finding a recruiter. And these days, versus 1995 when I went, these days you have the internet. All you have to do is Google Job Corps, and you want to find a recruiter and go from there. A few things I think you're gonna have to maybe have a physical done. You're gonna have to have your finances in order. If you have any like child support, I had a best friend who had child support. Job Corps actually paid child support for him, I believe. I'm pretty sure. It's a federal funded program, so they'll do things like that. But just really get all your financial or personal issues in line, and locate your nearest recruiter and talk to that person. Right now, I'm just going to play a little bit of this video that I made. It came out in the 17th of October. And, it's just a piece of what Job Corps, how I got started and all that. So I'm going to play it from the beginning, and I'll commentate on it.
Hello. Good morning. What time is it? Let's see. Sounds like about to watch, I guess. It is 10:54 right now. I got on my Fat Albert shirt today. I don't know, I felt like wearing this shirt. This shirt is about almost 24 years old. I bought this shirt in 1995. I bought it while I was in Job Corps, Job Corps. Shout out to Job Corps. If it wasn't for Job Corps, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's they don't get enough credit. There's a lot of people just like me, misfits. A lot of misfits in Job Corps. Got a few things I want to talk about this morning. I'm not feeling too well today. I had some stomach issues yesterday. I don't feel bad. I just don't want to be out there, stomach issues on the road. And we're getting a lot of rain right now. For the most part, most of the rain is gone, but it's...
Fast forward a little bit.
That was a stupid fight. Very stupid. I was young and dumb. But when you're young and dumb, you do stupid things. Especially when you think you're street and you're not really street. This is not going to apply to a lot of people. A lot of people could care less about Job Corps. But maybe some people out there who know some people who've gone to Job Corps and benefited from it. Excuse me. Right now we're getting a lot of thunder outside, if you can hear it. I'm going to burn a little bit more. 1995 was basically popping. That year was popping. I won't go into 96, 97, 98, 99, because those were my golden years. I'll go into that later. But 95, I was an 18-year-old. And like I said, around this time every year, August 29th, I left home. My mom took me to the Greyhound bus station in St. George, South Carolina. And I celebrate this time every year because home at the time was hell. My siblings can tell you, my sister, my brothers, they can tell you. Things were very, very hectic at home, and I was just fed up and I was ready to go because I was kind of like, I'm just going to say it, I was a slave. I did everything in my home. I was the handyman, I was a counselor, I was a cook, I was a cleaner, I was the gardener. What do you call those people? People that come do the landscaping. This office is about almost that size, about 3. So my ticket came in the mail. I got my little ticket, and I think it might have been, you can actually go back and see when August 25th was. I'm curious to know when August 25th was. And that kind of puts me back in that, it gives me some clarification on the exact date. That Friday afternoon, my mom I don't know if because my mom didn't drive back then, so I don't remember my dad being there, but he had to be there. Either he was there or someone else drove us. I can't remember. My dad had to have been there, but if he was there, he wasn't too happy. He probably wasn't too happy to see me leave.
I didn't know I'm sorry, I didn't know I'd drawn this out so long.
My mom being there, and I remember having a ticket. And I remember that bus pulling up, me getting in that bus. I'd ridden the bus many times before. And I got on the bus and waved by my mom. I remember my neighbor from down the street, she was there for some reason. Shout out to Big Sean, God rest his soul. Big Sean. Big Sean is actually in this next book as well. I gave her a really good part. She's a really, her character is really strong in this story. But Big Sean was there for some reason. And I remember getting on the Greyhound bus, driving upstate South Carolina, I-26. I think we got on 95 first, and then we got on I-26, I believe. And we drove. And nowadays, I've been up there since, and it's not that far of a drive, but that Greyhound bus just seems like it took forever to get there. And so we drove, and then we got to this little town called Hendersonville. We stopped in a town we stopped in Columbia first, so yeah, we were on 95, but then we got on 26, so yeah, we definitely got on 26, I-26, stopped in Columbia, and we picked up one guy there. I didn't know he was going to Job Corps with me, but he got on the bus, little short, dark-skinned black dude, I forgot his name, but he was looking terrified. So when the bus got to Hendersonville, North Carolina, me and him, or he and I, we got off the bus together, and there was a green van there waiting on us. And Cameo was the guy driving the van, and it was a white guy in the back. And they introduced themselves, and we talked a little bit, and we drove back to the center. And I remember that night going down these winding roads, going up these winding roads, and it was a smell that came through the vents of the van, and I didn't know what that smell was, because when a kid is used to being in a certain area most of his life. At that point I had only gone to Harlem, New York twice. But this was a smell I had never smelled before, and I was like, what was that? And he said, oh, that's a skunk. It was a dead skunk that was on the side of the road, and the smell from that skunk came inside the vents, and it was this real strong, pungent smell. I mean, I would later go.
So I'm gonna stop it here, and I'll reiterate: if you have a family member, a friend, someone who's a young adult who's going through some issues in life, Job Corps is not a bad place to start. Just keep in mind that you're gonna have other kids there with similar issues and personality, so you're gonna have to get along with other people like you. You're gonna have to get along with them. Like I said, I gotta stop it here. I gotta go to work. But if you want to see this entire video, it's titled Job Corps, A New Beginning, and it's a little ways down under my videos on my page. And it's a 40-minute video if you got a long drive and you feel like listening. I also talk about joining the Army. I'm going to make a video about joining the Army later on, a more in-depth video. But Job Corps gave me, if it wasn't for Job Corps, I wouldn't have had a high school diploma. And without a high school diploma, you can't get in the military. So Job Corps started me off on the right foot. And besides a high school diploma, it showed me how to engage with other people around my age and just socialize. It taught me how to socialize better. It taught me because they, in a lot of ways, Job Corps is similar to the military. So before I even went in the military, I knew how to make up my bed with that 45-degree angle crease. I knew how to keep my area clean, because every morning you would have to clean your room, you would have to make your bed a certain way, and then you would have someone come around and check your area to make sure you don't have any gigs. And gigs mean it could be anything from your bed not made right, or it could be a piece of paper left on the floor inside your room. So it taught me a lot before I even went in the military, and that was great. I've seen videos on people who made videos about Job Corps and they didn't have the best experiences. And I've heard of people not having the best experience. So you just got to keep in mind that you're going to have people. And if you do go to Job Corps, if you do decide to go to Job Corps, or if you decide to talk to someone about going to Job Corps, I went to a very small Job Corps. It's called Shank. It's in North Carolina. And that, I think, worked out in my benefit, because it was only 4 dorms, and each dorm is 3 male dorms and 1 female dorm. And each male dorm averaged about anywhere from 50 to 60 people, and the female dorm only had about 30 people. So it was a very small community. And I've heard about people going to Job Corps in Kentucky. I forget, I think it's Earl something. You may have, it's like a whole town, like a small town of people. So it's like over 1,000 people. And that could be intimidating, as well as if you're not used to being out of your small town, or if you're not used to being around that many people, I could see how that could be intimidating. So just keep that in mind. And, if Job Corps also offered, this particular Job Corps, Shank Job Corps, offered a scholarship program where you could go to, I think it was Alabama, it was Auburn. I think it was Auburn College in Alabama. And it offered a program for, it was a forestry program where you could go and be a forestry, and they would send you there for 4 years. And as long as you kept your grades up, after those 4 years, you could graduate with a degree in forestry. And I didn't take advantage of that, but I did know some people who did, and it turned out good for them. So with all of this in mind, just remember that Job Corps is an option. If you're down on your luck, if not, things are not going great, if you're a high school dropout, or if you graduated from high school and you don't know where to go from there, you don't have college money, your grades wasn't good enough to have a scholarship, to get an academic scholarship, just keep Job Corps in mind. I think the ages are from 16 to 24. You can double check that. And just don't wait too long, and go there with the mindset that no matter what, I'm going to stay and I'm going to complete the program. Because it came a time where I had my jacket stolen. This is just one of several different, this is one of several instances that happened, or incidents that happened. I just bought a brand new jacket, saved up my little money. You don't get paid a lot of money in Job Corps, by the way. You start off, back then, I started off making $6 every 2 weeks. And that was just for incidentals. Toothpaste, deodorant, that type of stuff. And then it went up. I think I topped out at like maybe $20-something every 2 weeks. But then you get bonuses depending on how well you do, education, trade, and in the dormitory. There's a system that they have set up so where you can get bonuses. And I think with bonuses and my top pay, I think I made maybe $80-some in 1 2 week period. And that's more than enough money. That's more than enough money. That back then. Now it may be up to maybe $200. I don't know. But just you gotta have a strong mind, and you gotta keep that goal in mind. Whatever that goal may be, to go in the military, to get to start working in your trade, because Job Corps, after you finish your trade, they will put you in a trade. They will actually call up the employer and say, we have a graduate in automotive technology, in carpentry, in masonry, in food service, culinary arts, or whatever it might be. And that's another thing. Before you go to whatever Job Corps you may decide to go to, look at the programs that they have before you go there, and research those programs. See how much they pay once you're done with the program. That's all the time I have this morning, y'all. If you're liking the content, hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment. Please hit the like button. It's gonna only help my my algorithms out. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you're already on the channel, if you're already subscribed to my channel, hit that notification bell. You guys be blessed, and please pass this video around. Make this, show other people this video, young people who could benefit from it. Y'all be blessed. This is Anthony L. Kelly. I'm out.